Hello, friends. Let us start the last topic on hydroelectric power plants, and it is classification of hydroelectric power plant. So, this hydroelectric power plant system is classified on the basis of various parameters. First, it has been classified as on the basis of quantity of water, and on the basis of quantity of water, there are run of river plant without pondage, run of river plants with pondage, and the third is reservoir plants. And on the basis of head, it has been classified as low head, medium head, and high head. And on the basis of load, it has been classified as base load, peak load, and pumped hydroelectric power plant. So let us first have a look on the classification based on the water available. So there are three types. That is, first it is run of water plants without pondage. So it means that the water is supplied directly from the river to the to the this turbine. So in this type of hydroelectric power plant, the water from the river or lake is not stored in pond. Wherever the water available from the river or lake is directly used to run turbine to run the water turbine. Okay, so that means where directly water is supplied to the turbine, and there is no this availability of pondage. So this is the what is the next. Now the capacity of such plants depends upon the flow rate of water, and such type of plant may run during season. Okay, so these are simple type of hydroelectric power plants without pondage. So water is directly allowed to flow through the to the turbine. And second is the river runoff river plants with pondage. So these are the second category of hydroelectric power systems, and these are running with pondage. That means water is stored in the pondage, and then it is supplied to the turbine through penstocks. So the above mentioned runs of water plant without pondage have some limitations. So that means upper category has some limitations that to fulfill that to these limitations, then we are using runoff water plants with pondage. So to overcome this drawback in this type of hydroelectric plant, the available water from river or lake is stored in pond. Due to this storage water in the pond, it is useful to run the plant during off peak and peak period. So the capacity of such type of hydroelectric plant is depends upon the size of the pond. So okay, so this is the difference between the two. These are very easy definition is written here. So in first category, pondage is not used, and this is in second category the pondages are used. Pondage means the storage of water, and that means, and the second difference between the two is in first these are called they are actually small hydroelectric power plants, and second category is used for the high amount of this electricity generation. And now let us move on the third part of this reservoir plants. That it is reservoir plants. That is in reservoir plants. This is the actually schematic view of this hydroelectric power plants that's called reservoir hydroelectric power plant. And you can see here reservoir is mentioned here, and after that it is a dam, then that there is a surge tank, then there is penstock, and that is then there is inlet, and then this is the powerhouse. So the what is the purpose of this what is the function of this or principle of this river based hydroelectric power plant? This type of hydroelectric power plant is totally different from the above mentioned in two plants. In this type of hydroelectric power plant, reservoir is provided. This reservoir is used to store an this large amount of quantity of water during many seasons, and this is useful throughout the year. Okay, so this is the big advantage of this hydroelectric power plants, where this reservoir is where there is a presence of reservoir. So these are this big hydroelectric power plant in comes to above the two types. So This type of hydroelectric power plant may be used on the base load plant, and majority of the hydroelectric power plants are of this type. So base load plant, I will discuss now what is the base load plant, what is peak load plant. So presently this means for average consumption of power system, we are using this river type base type of hydroelectric power plants. So now let us move on the second category, that is classification according to classification of hydroelectric power plants on the basis of water head available. So this is a low head, first is low head plants, that means those plants whose head is hydroelectric plants whose head is below 30 meter, and medium head plants, the head ranges from 30 to 100 300 30 to 300 meter, and for high heads and the for high head plants, the range of the head is above 300 meter. So that means these are on the base of head, these are the categories of this hydroelectric power plants. But if you can remember in steam turbines, there is also the turbines are also characterized on the base of heads, but there are different values. Suppose there the minimum head for low head plants was 50 meter, so here is 30. Okay, so also this is diagram for this low head power plant, and also this is again second diagram of medium power plant, and this is the high head power plant. You can see here that there is a lot of difference between the heads of tail race and high head race. So let us move on the third category. It is a very important category, that is classification of plants according to the nature of load. So as you know what is load actually here, what load actually, and I will tell you what is the load. Load means that how much electricity consumption is needed for the power plant. So how much consumption is there required for the transmission of electricity from the power plant, that is called actually load. That means it depends upon the electricity generated by the generator. So this is actually the load of the generator, which is utilized for the purpose of transmitting electricity, that is called the load of the power plant. So there are different requirements on the basis of residential areas or on the basis of industrial areas. Suppose the first is base load plants. That is actually, here you can see, I can explain you from this graph. It's a graph plotted between load in megawatt and the time in hours. Suppose from time is counted from 0 to 24 hours, and is this load value of load is starts from 0 to 50. So okay, you can see here that the base load is from up to 20 megawatt power supply, you can call it, this is base load. So this is and the hydroelectric power plant, which is used, which produces this type of voltage or power around 20 megawatt. It is an actually average this load utilized presently. So this is called a base load, and above 20 there are above some peaks. They are called peak loads. So these are not this daily base use this load, but this average base load this is a daily base use load used by the these consumers. But this peak load is not a daily base. It has been required occasionally. Okay, so this is shows the difference between the base load and the peak load. So let us now move on the third. This is pumped storage hydroelectric power plant, or you can say this is it in pumped hydroelectric. I will explain this pumped storage hydroelectric plant in the this subject that is called energy system and management, energy storage and management. So that will be a subject in 7th semester. So this time I will tell you briefly what is a pumped storage hydroelectric power station. So it means in pumped storage hydroelectric power plant, you are using a pump to lift the water back to the reservoir. Okay, so here in after turbine your pump is also available in this pump storage electric power station. So that means the water comes from out from the exhaust of the turbine or from the tail or in the tail race is sent back through the reservoir or this dam through the by using pump. So that means you are after converting mechanical energy into electric energy, the for the running of pump you need further mechanical energy, and you need further electric energy. That so the electric energy generated by the generator is again utilized to run the this pump, and that pump lifts the liquid back to the storage. So okay, so this is was third, and this shows the definitions of full definition about what is base load plants, what is peak load plants, and what is this and this is a comparison. This shows the comparison between the base load and peak load power plant. You can read it very easily. You can understand it easily from the notes I will send you. And there is also a table shows the difference between the pondage and pumped storage power plant, रन ऑफ पावर प्लांट विथ पोंडेज एंड पंप्ड स्टोरेज पावर प्लांट. ठीक है, तो ये दो टेबल्स आप देख लीजिएगा. एंड देन देयर इज अ so this shows the systematic view of this systematic diagram of this pumped storage hydroelectric power plant. And here you can see here this is head race or this dam, this penstock, and this is a powerhouse with pump and turbine. So pump is also coupled with the turbine here. So that means, but the pump runs on the basis of electricity produced by the generator. So this is the schematic view of the pumped storage hydroelectric power plant. So this is actually the latest development in the power plant system. So it is actually used to this. To fulfill the power water requirement, or it is used somewhere that where there is less amount of water available. So जहाँ पे आपको water sources कम available होंगे, वहाँ पे हम pumped hydroelectric energy system use करते हैं. So because the water wasted after water goes after this function after does function on the turbine, when it goes into the tail race, it is again used by lifting through the pump. So this is all about what the types of the turbine, this hydroelectric power plants. Then I think you can understand all these things in this note. So thank you for everything from your side. Okay, bye.